yesterday I decided to take a walk back to our woods. I like to do that several times a year. One, to make sure no one's back there hunting, and make sure no one is back there living in our woods, because you know how it is nowadays. To our left is our horse pasture. To the right is some cow pasture. I'm taking you back to just show you in this video where I would like to put a little secret garden. At the end, you'll see what it looks like in the summertime, because I did make this video in the summertime. I had always planned to put like a bench or something back there so I could sit and read. However, just to make the video in the summertime, I mean, you get eat up with ticks. It was worse this past year than it's ever been, and I got eat up with chiggers. So, you know, it's not going to be feasible. So I'm just going to put some shade-loving plants back there, not to disturb anything like in my little rainforest. These are some forsythia bushes that I put in a few years ago. Need to trim those up before they are undormant. And then you'll see back here where I show you around our hog pen. It was like our old hog house. We have birthing stalls in there. We used to raise pigs. And my favorite path going back into the trees. So I do show here, like you'll see that right there is my concealed carry. I don't walk back here without my protection, because I'm always worried that someone is in this little barn thing. But through here, I kind of want to make it a little entrance way to put some hostas and shade-loving stuff and stuff that the deer don't like to eat back here. Again, it looks so different in the summertime, which you'll see at the end. And I want to tear this section here out. And I was making a video, but it was so windy you couldn't hear me talk, so I'm voicing over. This here is just a pile of stuff my husband has that he pulls from as he needs it. It's like some PVC pipe and things like that. And then all through here, that's some concrete. I would like to like edge this out with like a little path to go in there, and just put some, like I said, some succulents and maybe some hostas, anything shade loving. And then through here, I want to just maybe put a bird bath for the birds and just some little areas. This path here, as we walk down, this is my favorite path, and especially in the summertime. It's a little creepy if I'm being honest, but I always come back here and I feel like I'm in a scary movie. I'm not gonna lie. Back here, I'm just walking down this back path because I have a feeling that this is where the deer camera was before they moved it over by our pond originally, just because I know this path so well. I think one of the reasons why we knew that they were back here is because some people that live over that butt up to our property on the pond side saw them. So, and let us know they're coming out at nighttime, and I think they might be spotlighting. We've heard them shoot a few times. So coming out to this open field. Across the open field is a sod farm. We don't own that, but at the end here, I'm pointing in here saying, oh guys, I see a deer blind. Let me unzip my thing and be ready. I thought it was going to be a deer blind in there. That's how blind I am. Anyway, here's what it looks like in the summertime. And I don't know why it's so slow like this. I'm always scanning for snakes, which is why you see the ground. But I'll do a separate video. I'll put a compilation. If you don't want to see snakes, don't watch it. But it'll be a separate video of all the snakes that live here and all the snakes I find on my little treks back here into the woods. But see how green that is? Wouldn't it be so nice to just have some like shade-loving flowers and hostas through here? Something that doesn't disturb that little area through there. And then you'll see where I show the path where I want to do maybe some wisteria across this section right here. But this is my favorite path. It's just so creepy. But I was going to do climbing roses, but I'm afraid that it'll like hurt the deer wildlife. My intention is to not disturb them. So and maybe put a bird bath and some bird seeds and some walnuts and things for the squirrels. But that's the goal, and I'll do a separate video, like I said, for snakes. And then this is part 1, and then I'll do for anyone who likes to, there's some deer in my other video from when I was back here. So if you want to see that, then you can watch those videos. This is just where I was showing how I would love for that to be wisteria. Have a good one.